Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday if you're watching this on Sunday. If it's not Sunday, happy whatever day it is to you. But today we have NFL games about to kick off, and I was sitting here thinking about potential things the Packers could do. I've seen lots of people talk about the Packers potentially coming in and trading for Evan Engram, of course, with Robert Tonyan having that season-ending knee injury on Thursday, which is definitely very sad to see him, go, for him to have to miss the rest of the season. Definitely very, very sad for him. And so I think I've seen lots of different people. The thing flying around the most I've seen is the idea of trading with the Giants for their tight end in Evan Engram. So I sort of want to talk about this, give my thoughts on if I think it could work, if it's a good idea for the Packers. And if you guys have yet to subscribe, you want to see more Packers content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel down below. Of course, the trade deadline is coming up November 2nd, with it being October 31st. That means the trade deadline is pretty soon. Only, what is that, 2 days away, basically? 2 days away for this trade deadline. So if this were to happen, it would have to happen, pretty quickly. And of course, it makes sense. Robert Tonyan is down. He is out. Our probably best tight end is out. We, of course, have Mercedes Lewis, who is more of a run-blocking tight end. We still have Josiah DeGuara, as well as Dominique Daphne. I'd say they're okay. They're solid, but they're definitely, I'd say, not at Robert Tonyan's level. And so, for the Packers losing a weapon and a guy in Robert Tonyan, should the Packers come in here and trade for a tight end at all, even, specifically Evan Engram? If we take a look at Robert Tonyan, his stats so far this year, he definitely hasn't been quite as productive as last season. So far, he has 18 receptions for 204 yards, 11.3 yards per reception, 2 touchdowns in his 8 total games so far this season. Whereas last year, he was lighting it up, especially when it came to touchdowns. He had 11 touchdowns in 2020. So when we sort of compare him to Evan Engram and how good Evan Engram has looked this year, Evan Engram has played in 3 less games. He's played in 5 games, and he has 20 receptions, 171 yards, and 0 touchdowns. So pretty similar when it comes to yards, 171 for Engram in 5 games, 204 for Robert Tonyan in the 8 games that he's played. And then, of course, Tonyan has 2 touchdowns. Evan Engram has 0 touchdowns. And so the question is, is Evan Engram good enough for the Packers to want to trade for him? So far this season, he hasn't been amazing. If we sort of actually compare the grades that PFF has given Evan Engram and Robert Tonyan so far this season, they've actually given Evan Engram a 54.8 grade, which isn't great, and Robert Tonyan has a 54.6 grade. So they've both been, sort of average so far this season. And the thing with Evan Engram, though, is you have to take a look at his situation. Right now, he's sitting on a Giants team that is 2-5 at the moment before the games happen today. They're 2-5 at the moment. He has a guy in Daniel Jones throwing him the ball, who right now has the 26th QB rating in the NFL, 84.8 QB rating. He has the 27th completion percentage at 63.5%. And he is on the 25th ranked scoring offense in the NFL. So there's no question that if Evan Engram goes from the New York Giants with a struggling quarterback in Daniel Jones to the Green Bay Packers with a MVP in Aaron Rodgers, I do think that is very much so going to elevate Evan Engram's game. So even though he may not be producing at a high level right now for the Giants, I think putting him on an offense like the Packers that is so dynamic, that is so versatile, and when you have a guy in Aaron Rodgers throwing you the ball, I think no question Evan Engram, takes, a huge lead when it comes to his production and his statistics. So I think from that standpoint, Evan Engram could potentially be an upgrade over Robert Tonyan, just because, Robert Tonyan has had Aaron Rodgers where Evan Engram hasn't had Aaron Rodgers. And so now the question is, do the Packers want to trade away something for Evan Engram? And also, are the Giants willing to trade away Evan Engram? Right now for the Giants, it could make sense. They're sitting at 2-5, and so I guess their hope isn't completely lost so far. It's still somewhat early in the season, I guess you could say, but still at 2-5, maybe you ship away a guy who lots of teams need. I've heard there's lots of interest in Evan Engram around the NFL. So with there only being 2 days away, maybe the Giants do want to deal away Evan Engram, maybe get some draft capital. And for the Packers who, the certainty for the Packers after the season, it's very uncertain. So for the Packers, it could make sense to come in and fill a hole in a guy you just lost at tight end for a guy who has produced similarly and I think would take a step up coming to this Packers offense. And also when you take a look at his contract, he's in the final year of his rookie contract. He had a $6 million cap hit this season, but I think he's owed about $3 million for the rest of the season. So I think the Packers will be able to make it work if they really wanted to trade for Evan Engram, because they have around $6 million of cap space currently. So I think it is possible for the Packers. I just don't know if they'll actually, want to use the rest of that, for Evan Engram. But personally, I think it's a smart idea. Why not, make sure you keep that tight end position, filled with Evan Engram as when you're losing Robert Tonyan. I think it makes very much sense, honestly. And then we also have the fact the Packers have already made a trade with the Giants this year. We traded Josh Jackson for Isaac Yiadom, so that wasn't obviously a big-time trade, trading 2 struggling guys. But hey, that means Gutekunst has at least some kind of relationship with the New York Giants. So maybe they've been texting each other saying, hey, you want to give us Evan Engram? And they're like, what do you want? He's like, I don't know, 7th round pick. I mean, that would be nice if we could get him for a 7th round pick. I don't know if we could do that, but I think it's possible. I think it could potentially happen, but who knows if it actually will happen. I'm not sure if in the next 2 days we'll see the Packers actually make a trade for Evan Engram, but I think it would make sense. I think Evan Engram on this Packers team would actually take a step up considering his quarterback play with Daniel Jones, and I think it could be a smart idea for this Packers team if they do want to make some kind of trade. It would make sense, but let me know your thoughts if you guys think it would make sense, if it's a bad idea, if you think it's a good idea. Let me know in the comments down below, and if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, Luke_Beller, for more Packers things that aren't on this channel. I post some things on there, so go follow me on Twitter, Luke_Beller, if you have yet to do so. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.